Alrighty, so I'm not excited about any of these cards really. We've talked about Sinister Strike, definitely not where I want to be. I mean, you could argue that the deck's gotten really aggressive at this point, and we are near the end of the draft, but this is not the kind of card, this is not where I want to be with this deck still. I want to be a very tempo-oriented deck, a very control the board sort of deck, and Sinister Strike is definitely not that. Stormwind Champion, again, not that excited about this. We talked about this guy a little bit earlier. You're really playing a huge premium for that ability. I don't think it's really worth it. When you can be getting a 6/7 for one less mana, I mean, that's really where I'd want to be, particularly with a deck like this that's just very good with training with the board. We're going to take the Assassin's Blade here. We do need some late game drops. Assassin's Blade is a fine card. Allows us to keep playing that control the board game while also being able to push a lot of damage in the late game, particularly if we can pick up a deadly poison here pretty soon. Alright, again, really don't want more than one Assassin's Blade, so we're not going to take the second Assassin's Blade. It gets really clunky. It has a lot of durability, so it's generally going to last for a long time. So there's no real worry about having a second one, so we're not going to take the Assassin's Blade here. Fan and Knife's pretty low impact. The Direwolf is a pretty fantastic card, particularly with the number of 2-drops we have. I think this is definitely the pick. And this is the point where I would like to start seeing more 3 and 4 drops, but out of these 3 cards, Direwolf is the best one by quite a large margin, particularly considering that we already have an Assassin's Blade. Alright, now we're stuck with 3 cards that I've talked pretty poorly about earlier. So the question here, we're not taking the Patriarch again, and we've kind of talked about how poor that card is. So the question here is, do we want a 7-drop or do we want a 3-drop? It's honestly pretty hard. As far as like the consideration of which of these cards is worth more of a card than the others, obviously the Stormwind Champion is quite a bit more powerful than the Raid Leader as a single card. It gives us kind of an endgame oomph that Raid Leader doesn't quite give us, but Raid Leader does fit really well with our curve here, as we can play a 1-drop, hopefully a 1-drop. We're definitely playing a 2-drop almost every single game, and then if we follow that up with a Raid Leader, it allows that true 2-drop to be much more effectual. Especially in a game where, say, we had Coin, where we can go Coin, 2-drop, turn 2, 2-drop, turn 3, Raid Leader. Raid Leader could be particularly powerful and give us a big edge. So I think I'm going to take Raid Leader just for his ability to kind of put us over the top early game, but Stormwind Champion is definitely a reasonable consideration here. Again, none of these cards I'd be particularly excited about taking, but in this situation we're going to take the Raid Leader.